God is always doing something in and through us. So how do you learn to slow down, to remove that pressure and enjoy being in that moment? And I truly think it's all in where you're focused, right? It's taking that time to be like, everything is going to happen in its time. So like, what do I need to do right now? I didn't know how long we would be out today, but I set aside time to be like, Lord, lead how you need to. And honestly, it was beautiful. We were outside. We got to enjoy creation. Zeke got to run around. He got to play. He met some new kids at the park. Like, it was just a beautiful time of fellowship. And at no point did I feel like I needed to rush. And on top of getting to be with a friend, we got to talk about God the whole time. Like, yes, definitely we were talking about things and where we wanted to go, but just sharing in relationship and what God's doing in and through our lives. And it's so encouraging when you see God moving in other people's lives. So I encourage you to really share your testimony, to do life with others and just encourage them, because when we're stuck in our own stuff, sometimes it's hard to see the good. But when you're with somebody else, they're able to encourage you and be like, I know you're going through a rough time, but like, let me remind you what God did, right? Let me remind you how He's moving, how He's working, how He's faithful. Let me pray with you. Let me encourage you, right? Come alongside each other and remember that it's not all just planned out. We have a plan, but God truly knows what's best. So do what you can in your ability, right? Walk it out and be faithful, but also trust that God's going to come alongside that if you're off a little bit, He will redirect you, and that He sees your heart. So many times, we can get really discouraged when we share with others because they might be like, oh, don't do that. And it's like, but did God really say that, right? If you in your heart have a peace, I truly believe that's God leading you, but it's checking yourself against Him, not others, right? We don't want to compare to others because we're all running our own races. It's all of our own journey, but we are supposed to become more like Jesus over time. So it's really checking yourself. Is what you're doing lining up with the truth, right? Is what you're doing living and loving like Jesus, being His hands and feet? And if something's off there, that's where you go, Lord, help me, right? Get those basics and go from there. But I really encourage you to stop and slow down and really write, like, what are your priorities? What are the things that truly need to be done? And where are the areas that your flesh is winning over your spirit? Like, I know the other week I was watching a show and I found myself staying up later, and I figured like I was just awake, right? Like I was having a hard time sleeping. So I was like, this is crazy. I don't understand it. And as soon as the show was over, like I had watched everything, then all of a sudden I magically fell asleep at 9 o'clock again. Well, truly and most honestly, it wasn't that I was just more awake. It's just that that was my desire to watch that show. So I stayed awake. And in the process of staying awake like that, then I wasn't able to get up as early in the morning, right? I was staying up till midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I found myself really convicted. And I was just like, okay, God, so how do I shift the desire, right, for something like that to that desire to be with you? And I do pray intentionally all the time, Lord, like, let me have that desire for you to be number one above all else. Let me have that desire to spend time with you, to get alone with you, for it to increase, right? Because I want it to be a beautiful relationship. And it's beautiful that God will continue to work in that, continue to increase that desire and help me to set aside that time. Like, even today, yes, I was with a friend, but I got to spend all that time talking about God, learning and growing and like spiritually just seeing things differently. So I encourage you to really challenge yourself to see, where do things need to change? Like, I know, for example, I love being able to get up without an alarm clock, but like, I truly need to start getting up earlier. I have my best focus and I'm able to get quiet, uninterrupted earlier in the morning. So I need to take back that time and really be like, Lord, this is what I'm doing, right? It's all about denying your flesh, not just giving into whatever it wants. I don't need to sleep long, right? Like 7, 8 hours is great, but it's like, I don't need to just sleep indefinitely. So I can make that done. I can set an alarm. I can get up and go, okay, God, this is your time. This is what we're doing. It's just like working out and stuff. It's not so much working out to like get this certain physique, right? But it's taking care of the body that God gave you. It's stewarding and making sure that it can do whatever He calls you to do. And for me, I know I struggle with it because it has not worked out well before, right? I've tried so many things and it hasn't given me the results I wanted. And truly, I'm like, my focus was wrong because my focus was on weight loss. It wasn't on taking care of myself and having my body prepared for what God was calling me to. So now I'm just like, Lord, help me to steward what you want me to steward, like mowing the grass, right? I am stewarding what God has given me, but I'm also moving my body. And I'm asking him to help me shift those mindsets from thinking that it has to look a certain way, like working out a half an hour a day, 7 days a week, and, sweating so much and doing HIIT and da-da-da, trust me, if you've gone down the rabbit hole, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm just like, Lord, help it to be intentional, things that I enjoy, that I'm setting aside time to take care of me, that I'm no longer allowing my body to go, oh, I'm too tired for this. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I don't know how to do this, right? But I'm going, Lord, I know that you will meet me here, right? That you will walk this with me, that I'm not alone. Encourage yourself to set these things for you, whether it's setting aside time to get quiet with God, whether it's self-care, really taking care of yourself and loving yourself, whether it looks like health and fitness, whether it looks like carving out time for family or relationships. You know what you need, and truly taking that to God and asking what it looks like, he will guide you and direct you in it. If this is an area that you struggle with, I'd love to hear from you. If you need prayer, I'm here. I just want you to know that you have somebody in your corner. At first, this stuff can feel so overwhelming, right? Because you're like, oh no, I have to change all these things. I have to do all of these things. And I just encourage you to realize you're not a victim to this, right? These aren't things you have to do. These are things that you get to do to change the quality of your life, right? You're going to have more joy if physically you feel better. You're going to have more joy the more time that you spend with God, right? These are all just things that are going to naturally flow. God wants you to have an abundant life, but it all starts with him. So make that time, set it aside. If you need help prioritizing your schedule, like I said, if you just need prayer, if you just feel lost and alone and don't know where to start, I'm here. Message me, comment, whatever it is. I would love to come alongside you and encourage you, because I promise you, life wasn't meant to be so full of pressure and overwhelm and anxiety. God planned for us to be in relationship, right? To love one another and to encourage each other. And I just encourage you to step out of that grind, to step out of that moving from one thing to another till you're too exhausted and then you get up and do it again the next day. Instead, find that place of rest, that heart posture focused on God, and know that he always shows up. He never leaves you or forsake you, and he will take you where you're going, right? He will direct those steps. He will go before you and he will walk with you, and it will be something exceedingly abundantly above all you can think or imagine. Be encouraged. Look at your time, look at what you're doing, make some changes, and empower yourself to see what truly can be different as you focus on God and make him the number one priority in your life.